If you don't create a routine, you will be assigned one. If you don't create a purpose, you will be assigned one. If you don't create a career, you will be assigned one. People are too quick to adopt the structure that somebody else created to ease life's uncertainty. You may have heard of something called vision boards or mood boards, where a person will use a collage of images and phrases to create a tangible vision for the life they want to live. These vision boards can be either digital or physical, and though they're usually created at the start of a new calendar year, a vision board can also be a collection of goals that you want to accomplish over the course of several years. Despite the fact that March is around the corner, I am a firm believer that you can start at any time. Just because you might not have created a vision board right at the start of this new year, it doesn't mean that you have to wait all the way until 2024 to set goals for yourself. So in this video, I would really love to show you how I created my 2023 vision board, the effectiveness of my 2022 vision board, and provide you with tips on how to create your very own vision board. So let's get started. If there's one thing that I absolutely love to do, it's brainstorming and planning. I was always that kid and that teenager that would buy tons and tons of journals because I loved the idea of a fresh start. I loved writing. I loved planning out my future and thinking about what I want my life to look like. And this can be both a virtue and a vice if you spend too much time planning and you actually get stuck in that planning phase and never move on to the actual doing phase. Though I've done lots of journaling and vision board type activities before, my first actual vision board, like an actual collage of images and phrases to signify what I want my life to look like in the next calendar year, the first time I did that was actually last year in 2022. I love the idea of having a physical vision board. I've seen a lot of creators post their vision boards where they will actually like cut out images and phrases to create like this big, beautiful collage. But for me, I just found it a lot more realistic and doable to create a digital one on Canva. This is not sponsored or anything, but I will say I do pay $120 annually for Canva Pro, but you can do a ton with just the free version if you want to create a digital vision board, or you can create a beautiful physical one. It's totally up to you. I've heard the act of creating a vision board associated with things like manifestation and law of attraction, but to be honest, I didn't really have those things, those principles in mind when I was creating mine. It was really more just to have a sense of autonomy over my life and to take accountability and take action for what I want my goals to be and what I desire for my life to look like, rather than just sort of letting life happen to me. I think that there is a lot of value in really sitting down with yourself and figuring out what is the trajectory that I want my life to go on, what's important to me both in my career and my family life, in my physical development as well as my mental and emotional development, what's important to me in my health. There are a lot of factors in life that I think it's really, really wonderful to be intentional about rather than just kind of going with the flow. I also think it's a really fun annual ritual. It gets me really excited for my goals. I think it's really easy for me personally to view the task of personal development and career growth as super daunting and scary and like this big unknown. So I think creating a vision board really allows me to just get excited for the upcoming year. The creation of my 2022 vision board is what really helped me solidify the type of vision board that I want to create in the future, like the template that I want to have and the look and feel that I want it to have. So I'm going to show that to you really quick just to provide some context, and then I will show you my 2023 vision board. So like I said, I created this on Canva. That was just the method that I prefer to have. I really like to have it digitally, and Canva is super easy to use. So this is my 2022 vision board. I would say a little over half of these goals are 100% actualized, in the sense that like I actually reached these goals, which is super exciting. The other half, in my reflection, I thought about, I'm like, okay, I either partially reached this or I didn't reach this at all. And in my reflection, I would really think about, okay, why did this goal happen for me and why did this goal not happen, and how can I take those lessons into 2023? So that's my little spiel on 2022. To also walk you through kind of my template and how I created it, In the middle, I have my word of the year. I've decided that a word of the year is something that I really want to do for future vision boards as well. For 2022, it was discipline, so I've got that highlighted here. I've got kind of a color palette. I want to do a different color palette for each year, so I think that's really fun. I've got the year highlighted here in big numbers. And then every goal that I have is just around that word of the year and the actual year itself. So this is the template that I really like. As you can see, I have career goals in the sense of like I have my YouTube desired subscriber count that I wanted. Beginning of 2022, I had around 1,000 subscribers and I really wanted to hit 10 by the end of 2022, which I did. I'm so grateful for that. And when you actually like Photoshop things on top of each other like this, where I took a screenshot of my YouTube profile picture and my username or channel name, not really username, and I put this 10K subscribers thing on top just to help myself visualize it and to really believe that it was possible and that it would happen for me. So that was very exciting. I have my real estate goals over here. As you know, if you've watched any of my previous videos, I am a real estate agent full-time, so I wanted to close 10 real estate transactions in 2022, which I did. I closed 11, so I'm very grateful for that. I also have some just personal development and lifestyle goals. So studying scripture. I am a Christian, so I wanted to incorporate reading the Bible into my daily routine, reading mindset books, getting outside and doing more of what makes me happy, creating a realistic and disciplined daily routine, creating a personal style that I adore, caring for myself physically and mentally. And for each of these goals, I have pictures and words that help me to visualize it. So this is what I want my vision boards to look like moving forward. This is what it looked like in 2022, which is kind of my first year. So I want to show you what my 2023 board looks like and share those goals with you. So here she is, my 2023 vision board. I'm so proud of it. I think it looks really great, but of course the way that it looks isn't the most important thing. The most important thing is actually creating a routine and a plan to make these goals happen. But honestly, I feel a little bit vulnerable sharing this with you. I was debating, I love vision board videos, so I really wanted to make one, but I was really debating on making a video myself and sharing all of this because it just feels vulnerable. Like these are my goals. This is the lifestyle that I'm working towards. So I feel, I don't know, it feels a little bit, this is something new for me, but I hope that you guys enjoy this, and I will walk you through kind of my goals and what I want to achieve in 2023. So the words of the year, I had two for this year, is the year of purpose and intention. It's very important for me this year to be extremely purposeful about like not just setting goals because I want to feel productive and I want to feel like I am working towards something, but setting goals that have purpose, that are very intentional. Like, is this leading me ultimately towards the life that I want to live, or is this just busy work? So the year of purpose and intention, that is something that I think is really important for me right now. And then of course we've got 2023 right here. Keeping in the same sort of energy as my 2022 vision board, I have my YouTube goal in the corner here as well. As you can see, there's a lot more words on here. I just wanted to be a lot more specific about my goals this year rather than just kind of having a short phrase. I wanted to be more specific. So in 2023, this might be delusional, I don't know, but I really want to reach 100,000 subscribers. I have the YouTube plaque here as well, just to help me visualize that, to help me see that as a reality rather than just like a pipe dream. So 100,000 subscribers, I want to grow my revenue, God willing, to 20,000 annually, which sounds very, very small, but if you watched my revenue update for 2022, I will link that if you haven't, you might enjoy that. But I shared that I made around 10,000 in YouTube revenue, in Google AdSense revenue in 2022. So I want to double that this year if I'm able to 20,000. I think that would be incredible. I would be just over the moon. So that's one of my goals. I do want to have at least 3 sponsorships this year. I've never done a sponsorship before. It kind of freaks me out, but I do want to push myself to do that this year. I want to be very intentional about my niche and about my personal branding. I've been thinking a lot about the future of my channel and what I want my future videos to be like and look like and sound like, so I want to be in the spirit with the words of the year, very intentional about that this year. I also have daily movement on here. I do have a gym membership. I'm not a huge fan of going to the gym, but I know it's good for me. So I want to incorporate daily movement. I also have here an upgraded YouTube studio setup. Watch my YouTube studio video if you haven't. A shameless self-plug of how my husband and I created this DIY YouTube studio in my basement, and I love it. But I want to work towards making it even better and even more beautiful and even more comfortable down here. And then I also want to create a couples like office and gaming room. We have an office upstairs where we hang out every night. We have like our tea in there and I'll watch my show. Anton will game. It's really, really nice, but I want to create an even cooler space. I think that would be super fun. I also, bringing back the short form content goal from the previous vision board, I want to create consistent short form content and have a separate TikTok potentially for like lifestyle and fashion videos. That doesn't really fit in with my niche here on YouTube, but I want to create a TikTok for it because I think it'll be a really fun creative outlet. And I don't necessarily want to create a whole separate YouTube channel because that is a ton of work. So that's something that I want to do this year. Moving on, let's go back up to the top and go up and down. I've got a goal to set an annual reading list for personal development. I want to, whereas last year I had like read mindset books on here, which is great. This year I actually want to create a list of books that I want to read throughout the year. It doesn't have to be crazy, but I want to be more intentional about it, going back to the word of the year. So that's something that is important to me. I also want to go on more dates with my wonderful husband. I want to cultivate love daily. I want that to be, again, more intentional this year. We spend a lot of time together and it's wonderful, but I want to be more intentional with it. I actually have a picture of us right here. I wanted to use my own pictures, some of my own pictures in this vision board because I thought that would be cool. But yeah, coffee dates, just like going out, spending time together. So that's super important to both of us. So that's something that I also have on my vision board. Down here I have consistently donating money and resources to those in need. I want to be a lot better about donating this year. I feel like I need to be, again, a lot more purposeful and intentional about that than I was in 2022. That's a big goal of mine this year. I want to continue cultivating my personal style. I've got some pictures off of my Pinterest board right here that I thought were really indicative of kind of what I want my personal style to look like. So I'm excited to continue cultivating that this year. And then going back up to the top here, I'm kind of all over the place, but hopefully you guys don't mind. I want to do no scrolling an hour before bed and in the morning because I feel like my phone is really taking away a lot of my focus. And I find myself like in this like dopamine cycle all the time with my phone. So that's a big goal of mine this year as well. Of course, I have my little real estate corner. This is me. I put my own picture this year, which feels very cool. My wonderful and talented friend Yulia took my photos, and it feels cool to have my own photo on my vision board. It feels like kind of a, I don't know, it feels like a moment. So I have my picture here, I have some keys, I have a little here to help you quote. And my goal for real estate this year is a lot more, it's not really volume driven, it's more quality of work driven. So I'm totally cool to do another 10 deals, again, God willing, if I'm able to. But I want to do each deal this year with a transaction coordinator. I think it's a lot more professional. It helps me be a lot more organized when I have somebody that's dealing with all of the paperwork. I also want to have specific prospecting and client onboarding protocol and materials. I'm not gonna, if you want me to go into detail on that in a separate video, definitely let me know. But essentially, I just want to be, again, a lot more intentional with how each transaction goes and the experience of each individual client rather than having a ton of clients, if that makes sense. So that is the goal there. And then here I have travel internationally and domestically. I have some pictures of, I really want to travel to Italy. I don't know if that is a possibility this year, but I wanted to put that on there. I also want to see the redwoods in Northern California. And then I have some pictures of just the outdoors. Again, I love hiking. I love camping. I want to do more of that this year. It makes me really happy. And then finally, I have on here having fulfilling and productive morning and evening routines. I want to be, again, a lot more intentional about having very specific routines and just being more intentional about how my day goes rather than just kind of letting the day happen to me and being proactive. I want to be proactive rather than being reactive. Like I said earlier in this video, it's wonderful to create more of a mood board of just like pictures of what you want the vibe of your life to be. I love that. But for me, you guys, I need to be so specific because otherwise nothing's gonna get done. So if you are anything like me, this template might be something that you find more helpful rather than just like a collage of pictures, if that makes sense. I hope that you enjoyed today's content. I hope that you enjoyed seeing my vision boards. Again, I would love to hear about if you've created your vision board, what are the goals that you have on there? What type of board did you create? Did you go digital or physical? And if you're going to create a vision board, let me know what the plan is. I hope you have an incredible 2023 and I hope to see you on my channel again for a future video. I typically upload weekly, so I'd love to have you here. Other than that, I will see you soon for a brand new video. Bye.